Welcome back to the Leading Yourself podcast, the podcast where we dive into what it really means to grow, to lead, and to create a life that it's aligned with who you are. I am so glad that you're here with me today because this episode might be the nudge you didn't know you needed. We're talking about something that quietly holds many of us back. It's not fear, it's not failure, but waiting. Yes, waiting. As I'm recording this, I'm just picturing you and I sitting, having a cup of coffee or a glass of wine or whatever your drink of choice is. And I'm here as your friend to give you that nudge. Welcome to the Leading Yourself podcast. This is your host, Carolina de Arriba. I'm an HR professional, health and fitness coach, wife, mom, and above all things, a goal-getter. In this podcast, we're going to be digging into all things leadership, professional and career development, habits, and relationships. This is a podcast for those who want to become the best version of themselves. Those who have big dreams and are willing to embrace the journey and put in the work to achieve them. My goal is to share with you the tools, tips, and tricks to help you in your journey. So let's dig into today's episode. How much of your life have you spent waiting? Think about it. Waiting for the right moment, waiting to feel ready, waiting to be more confident, waiting for someone to say, yes, you can do this. It's wild to me when you really stop to take stock. So much of our lives, our dreams, our desires, our ideas get stuck in limbo because we've internalized this belief that we can't move forward until someone or something outside of us gives us the green light. And the truth is, most of us don't even realize we're doing it. There are subtle ways in which we wait. Waiting doesn't always look like sitting still. Sometimes it looks like over-preparing endlessly, or tweaking and perfecting without lunching, or collecting more certifications, more data, more advice. Sometimes it looks like talking yourself out of something amazing because, quote unquote, it's not the right time. Sounds familiar? We dress it up as responsibility, as maturity, as wisdom, but often it's fear in disguise. It's that tiny voice that says, what if you mess it up? What if people judge you? What if you're not actually good enough? And because of that voice, we keep ourselves small. We hold back, we deem, we delay, we wait. And while we wait, life moves on. Here's what I've learned. Through experience and through my own hesitation, through conversations with brilliant and capable and passionate human beings that I've had the honor to mentor and to coach over the last many years. Waiting doesn't make us more ready. Let me repeat that one more time, because maybe this is what you need to hear today. Waiting doesn't make you more ready. It just makes us more distant from who we are meant to be. You see, there is no quote unquote perfect moment. There is no magic threshold where suddenly the fear disappears and you feel 100% confident and bulletproof. That version of readiness just doesn't exist. You become ready by starting. You build confidence by doing. You grow clarity through movement. And the longer we wait, the more we reinforce the lie that we are not enough. But here's the thing, and I want you to hear me on this. Nobody's coming to give you permission. I think I've heard that phrase on a reel or something like that on Instagram. I think from Mel Robbins. I'm sure you've seen it too, and it has stuck with me. But I think it really fits here in the conversation you and I are having today. Nobody's coming to give you permission. That permission slip that you've been waiting for, it's not lost in the mail. It's not coming from your boss. It's not coming from your partner or your spouse or your friend or the universe or God. It has to come from you. I remember a season in my life where I was sitting on something that really mattered to me. A dream that lit me up and terrified me all at once. I had ideas and passion and even some experience, but I didn't feel qualified. I kept telling myself, maybe next year, maybe when I know more, maybe when I feel less scared. And then I realized I could spend years in this space, years watching other people say yes to things I was equally capable of doing simply because they weren't waiting. They weren't necessarily smarter than me or more talented than me or more ready than me. They were just willing to start. That changed everything for me. Because if you've always waiting to feel fearless, to feel validated, to feel fully confident, you might be waiting forever. Here's the magic. The moment you stop waiting, you step into your power. It's not that all of a sudden stop feeling fear. It's that you stop letting fear make your decisions. It's not that you suddenly know all the answers. It's that you decide to trust yourself enough to figure them out. The minute you stop outsourcing your worthiness, something shifts. You realize, I get to choose myself. I get to lead myself. I get to say yes even if my voice is shaking. You realize you don't need to be chosen. You choose yourself. You don't need to be invited to belong. You don't need someone else to tell you that you are allowed to take up space. You already are. You already belong. You're already allowed. So today, I want to leave you with a question. Something you can journal on, meditate on, or simply carry with you into your day. Where in your life are you still waiting? Waiting for permission, waiting to be picked, waiting to be perfect. And what would it look like to stop? What would shift if you say, actually, I get to begin now? Not because it's easy, not because it's guaranteed, but because your growth depends on it. Because every day you wait, you delay the life that you could be living, the impact you could be having, the version of you that's already on the other side waiting to be claimed. So my friend, what's one thing, just one, you're going to stop waiting for? Take that first step, write that email, make that call, say yes or say no. Say, this is who I am. The world needs what you're here to offer, but it can't meet you halfway if you're stuck waiting at the starting line. So here's your reminder, my friend. You are allowed to want more. You are allowed to be messy. You are allowed to trust yourself. You are allowed to take up space. And you don't need anyone else's permission. And today is a good day as any other day to begin. Thank you so much for tuning into the podcast today. Today, it was meant to be like you and I, friends, having coffee, and I see you waiting, and this is me giving you the tough love and the message that you didn't thought you needed to hear. If this episode stirs something in you, share it with a friend who might be waiting for a sign as well. And remember, you are the permission slip. You are ready to take that next step. Stop waiting. Start moving. And let things flow and take you wherever they are meant to take you. I hope you have an amazing week. And I can't wait to talk to you again next week here on another episode of the Leading Yourself podcast. Okay, my friend, that's all I've got for you today. But before you go, 2 quick reminders. Number 1, if we're not already friends on Instagram, let's get connected. You can find me as Leading Yourself Podcast. Number 2, make sure you're subscribed to the podcast so you never miss an episode. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am incredibly grateful that you're in this journey with me. I want to leave you with one last thought. I want to remind you that you're destined for more and that every step that you take brings you closer to becoming that best version of yourself. Embrace each day as a chance to learn, grow, and chase your dreams. The world needs you to shine brightly, so go out and show up fully and authentically. Take care, and I'll see you next time.